Madridistas, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Madrid. Okay, I just got done. It's quite late here. I just got done watching the Talevera match. And honestly, I mean, are you serious? This is Talevera. Do you know that one reason that I find these matches awkward is that any one of our players on the pitch makes more money in 1 month than the entire annual budget of the entire Talavera squad. The difference in quality is ridiculous. And how on earth can you finish a match like this begging for the final whistle? Look, this match, there are two things that reminded me of the rest of the season in this match. Number one, we create a ton of chances, but we don't score a lot of goals. Our inefficiency in the final third is ridiculous. And number two, why do we finish every match begging for the final whistle? We have this very strange and unique ability to control matches and then relinquish control of the match almost voluntarily. This was so annoying. Okay, let me give you guys my thoughts because this was really, really annoying. And I just cannot believe that Real Madrid struggled against Talevera in the round of 16 in Copa del Rey. It's insane. Okay, I'll run you through my thoughts on the match very quickly. Now, when I saw the lineup, now this is the lineup that Real Madrid television put out, and I thought three things came to my mind immediately when I saw the lineup. Number one, I was so happy to see Enrique starting. I felt like crying because that kid has had a brutal experience. I was here in the Bernabeu when they presented him, and he was crying at the time, very emotional. But what's happened since is really tragic. So I was just very happy to see Enrique on the pitch. Number two, I knew that Kylian would start this match, even though he needs to rest. He's played way too many minutes this season already. But prior to the match, he was 3 goals away from tying Cristiano Ronaldo's record, sort of to be on pace to score 59 goals in a season. And Kylian wants this desperately. So I knew he was going to be on the pitch the entire time. Of course, scored 2 goals. The third thing I thought to myself is, why does Real Madrid TV always give these weird formations? Now, clearly, if you look at this formation, you know that Gonzalo is going to be the number 9. You know that Enrique is probably going to play on the right. Mbappe is going to probably play on the left. Turns out Enrique, came to the middle quite a bit. But, the way that they put it on the, I don't know why Real Madrid does this. But anyway, okay. In terms of the match itself, well, by the way, I just want to mention this anecdote that there was so much demand in Talevera for tickets that they had to borrow 1,500 seats from Real Sociedad. They had to ship them over so they could let 1,500 extra people come in. Another thing about this match I want to mention is that the camera angle was so low, and the camera, when you watch on TV, always follows the ball. So the combination of the very low camera following the ball, it was literally impossible to see movement off the ball. So it was very hard to kind of judge any off-the-ball movement or kind of what was going on tactically because we just had no perspective. So I just want to mention, it made it very hard to kind of analyze the movements off the ball. But anyway, in terms of the lineup was obviously highly experimental, but plenty of quality in there. We started kind of slowly, okay? The first sort of 17, 20 minutes of this match, we were a bit sloppy on the ball, Mastantuono and Huijsen particularly in those early minutes. It took a while for us to sort of settle into the match. In those first minutes, Talevera was actually managing to get the ball into our box with quite a bit of frequency. I thought Huijsen and Mastantuono, like I say, were a little bit sloppy in those early minutes. I noticed, and I just wrote this in my notes, that I really like Enrique. Enrique has this kind of speed and explosiveness. He has a gear. When the ball arrives to Enrique, he kind of shifts into an extra gear and accelerates the play. And it's just something I really, really like to see. And I just don't understand the Enrique situation because everything that I see from this player indicates to me that he should get more minutes. There's something going on behind the scenes that I don't understand. I'm not fully aware of because Enrique looks good to me. He's a player we should use more. Anyway, okay. They were kind of alternating chances, although we started to dominate slowly. After about the 17th or 20th minute, we really settled into total control of the first half. So after about the 20th minute, we were in pole position. We created chance after chance after chance. Gonzalo had a bunch of chances. Mastantuono had a couple of headers. Fran and David Jimenez, the right back from Castilla, and Fran Garcia, our two fullbacks were playing very, very high up on the pitch. So we were really kind of smothering Talevera. They were really kind of defending very, very deep in their own box. Like I say, producing chance after chance. I think Arda was particularly good. Our play through Arda looked quite good. Enrique, as I say, I really liked. He always injected a bit of energy into our play. But like I say, we started to take over and just create chance after chance after chance. But the ball didn't seem to want to go in. But you had the feeling that it was just a matter of time. Now, in the 39th minute, we finally had the first goal, and this was a handball. Now, there was no VAR booth because in the Copa del Rey, you don't use the VAR booth until the quarterfinals. So up until then, it's just the ref's call. So no VAR. I didn't see the hand too clearly, to be honest, but the ref called it, and Kylian scored it. And then, it looked at this point like, we're kind of in total control and everything is totally fine. We finished the first half with the second goal, which is actually a good play by Kylian on the left. Mind you, one thing I do want to say is that Kylian looked a little bit more absent on the left today. I don't know why. The times, it felt to me like Enrique and Kylian had to come to the middle to get involved in play. They weren't they were doing that much on the wing. Enrique spent most of the time in the middle, but Kylian on the wing he wasn't very visible. In the first half, I thought he was very, very quiet, and he had to come into the middle to sort of touch the ball. But in the very last minute of the first half, we had the second goal, which was a good play by Kylian, getting into the box from the left, and it was an own goal, just very, very kind of unfortunate. One thing that I did mention here as well is, like I say, Arda and Enrique looked good to me. Mastantuono started slowly but got better as the half went on. He was a little bit sloppy at the beginning, but he did play better in I think the last 20-25 minutes of the first half. Kylian a bit disappeared on the left, like I say. So we go into halftime thinking everything is kind of under control. Now, when the second half started, it felt a lot more like a training match, right? Like we're just going through the motions. It seemed like, okay, this is so easy. And, Talevera was having a lot of trouble getting the ball out of the back. We were recovering it very quickly. Kylian had 3 chances in the first 6 minutes of the second half, didn't score any of them, but it was just one-way traffic, okay? And it looked like, okay, a monolith, everything is under control. What I wrote down in the 60th minute is the only thing to discuss here at this point is what players will get subbed. It's just, at this point, I think it's just a matter of managing minutes and managing the health of the players. Boy, was I wrong. Okay, in the 64th minute, we had our first change. Mastantuono came off. Rodrigo came in. In the 67th, I knew that Kylian wouldn't come off because he wants to break that record. So I knew Kylian would stay the entirety of the match. In the 67th minute, we had a fantastic free kick by Arda Güler. That would have been beautiful if it went in. Ceballos started to lose a lot of balls in the second half. And this may have had something to do with what ultimately transpired. I thought Arda was very active in the second half and kind of everything seemed to be under control. In the 77th minute, Arda and Enrique came off and Jude and Tchouaméni came in. I thought Arda and Enrique were two of our better players in my view. And then in the 79th minute, when everything looked like it was completely under control, you get the 1-2. The goal from Talevera, and it was just a ball from wing to wing, pretty simple, not that hard to defend. I mean, it was a ball on the right wing, the ball crosses almost the entirety of the box, and then there's another play on the left wing that is able to strike the ball, and Dunin doesn't have a chance to get to the other post and isn't able to stop it. So all of a sudden we find ourselves 1-2, and in the last 10 minutes, Real Madrid finding ourselves having to manage the last few minutes of a match, begging for the final whistle. This is just absolutely unacceptable. At this point, the match was broken, kind of going back and forth. Talevera got a lot of energy from that goal. And then in the 87th minute, Kylian scores his goal. This was a shot from outside the box, something that the keeper in practice stops 100 times a day, but wasn't able to stop it. Just a terrible mistake by the keeper. And that was the 1-3. I thought it was By the way, very nice of Jude to go and console the goalkeeper because, like I say, this shot was just right to the keeper, and it was just shocking that the ball found the back of the net. So now again, we're 2 goals up, and once again you think, all right, well, the match is under control. Well, no. Of course, once again, with 2 minutes left, Talavera scores again, and so we have 2 minutes left where we're risking going into extra time against Talevera. I mean, this is so unbelievable. And by the way, Lunin really saved us in the last minute because he had a miracle save in the last minute that kept us from going into extra time with Talevera. So there's some. This is I thought, I don't know how we managed to complicate matches so much. This is a persistent problem this year. We go up a goal and we drop our intensity level and we forego control of the match completely. Other teams, and historically, Real Madrid is a team that scores 1 goal and goes after the second one, the third, the fourth. Like, this is our style. I don't know why this team has such a hard time maintaining concentration for any extended period of time. It's getting really, really frustrating. Another microcosm of the year, we create tons of chances, but we don't score a lot of goals. Our efficiency in the final third is absolutely awful. And like I say, we end up we finish every match begging for the final whistle, and it's just not acceptable. This Real Madrid still concerns me a lot. I'm not happy with it at all. We've played 3 decent matches all year. The rest has been crap, like what we saw today. And again, any one of our players in a month makes more than the entire Talevera budget for the year, and we're praying for the final whistle in the last minute. Totally unacceptable. I thought this was a bad performance. I'm sorry if I sound negative. But anyway, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I wanted to give you guys a hot take immediately after the match. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section. Thanks for joining me. And as always, a la Madrid.